Hello, everybody. Thanks for checking in with Callie. Last night, the Clippers versus the Warriors was a great game. It came down to the end. Because Klay Thompson had a great game. He had 30 points, but Kawhi and James Harden had 27, 28 points. Kawhi had 27, Harden had 28. Without PG, they still found a way to win. And that's a good sign because without their second best player, they still found a way to be productive. They still found a way to win. And Amir Coffey stepped in. Shout out to him. I think he scored like 18 points. Big minutes from him, just catch and shoot, being ready when his number is called. But last night it was James Harden, made NBA history, reaching a milestone against the Warriors in a win and a victory, which is always good. Reaching 25,000 points, that's an accomplishment all on its own because it says that, he's been in the league a while, longevity. It says that he was an elite scorer. It says that he was one of the best scorers we ever seen. And it says that, he's the one of like the 24th player in NBA history to score that amount of points. And, he's still going. If he can continue to keep going, that's huge for him. And, honestly, he's been playing good lately. Really, He's kind of accepting what they're telling him to do. He's not being a disruption in the locker room. So far, so good. I mean, I've had my negative comments about James Harden, and rightfully so, because you've seen a lot of negativity come his way in regards to the last few teams he's been on and the last few situations he's been in. But this situation here seems so more ideal, for him if he can, continue playing at the level that he's playing. And nobody expects him to score, 28 points and 15 assists like he did last night, which is, incredible. But I mean, I'm glad that, he has that ability to step up and do that when one of the other star players are out. It lets you know how deep the Clippers are and how much talent they really actually have. And, you hear, some analysts say like, Nick Wright, I think on First Things First, talking about they have no superstars on their team. They're all old and then they have no superstars on the Clippers. That's a damn lie. They do. I'm saying? Kawhi Leonard's a superstar. And in some people's eyes, James Harden is still a superstar along with Paul George. You know what I'm saying? And, there's even some out there who probably think Russ still has some superstardom in him. So, I mean, I think people like him is just a waste of time. Honestly, I think he doesn't even need to be on TV. I think he needs to be holding the camera while somebody else is speaking and looking into it, honestly. But that's my, personal opinion for another day. But, either way, shout out to James Harden. That's a big time, stepping up when Paul George was out. I think Paul George's injury is really not that serious. I mean, because honestly, Ty Lue said the last game that he got injured in against the Kings, he actually could have came back within that game, if they really needed him to, but this is more or less being a precautionary type thing, which is good. If it's precaution, if it's any type of injury, anything like that, especially with, him or Kawhi or, somebody like that, you definitely want to be precautious because you want this season to go right, unlike others, because others have went halfway right when both of them have played in it, but the ending result was not a championship, or it didn't even come close to a championship. Well, no, one season did. I take that back when they went to the Western Conference Finals against the Suns. But, ultimately, if they had Kawhi Leonard, it would have been a championship. I no doubt they would have beat the Suns. And honestly, no doubt they would have beat the Bucks. I'm not a big believer in Giannis like that. I mean, Giannis is a great player, but he can't damn shoot. He can't shoot a damn lick. You know what I'm saying? So that's the reason why they went and got Damian Lillard, because, when it comes to him shooting and teams building a wall for him, he looks a little out of sorts, when teams do that. When they have that type of, big men in the paint that can build a wall for him not being able to get in there and just dunk the whole time. So, definitely that would have went different. But either way, the Clippers haven't won a championship, but this is definitely on the way to it. And if James Harden can give the Clippers, just half of this, if he can give the Clippers, I'd say in the regular season, give them about 18 and about 10 a game, 18 and 10. And in the playoffs, give them about the same, what I'm saying? Maybe up it to 19 and 10, something like that, give them about the same roundabout numbers, consistently throughout the season and going into the playoffs. I think the Clippers would be just fine if they stay healthy, but definitely a big night for him in regards to that. And it's definitely, hard to get to 25,000 points. It sounds kind of minor because, you see a lot of guys shooting threes now, and it's just like it's like scoring the NBA seems like it's at an all-time high, in this era, more so than when I was growing up watching basketball. You would see scores back then 97 to 95, and that was the ending score of the game. Whereas now most games you expect it to be 100 plus points pretty much against any opponent out there, maybe besides a few teams. But I mean, the scoring is at an all-time high now, so I think James Harden's milestone is going to get overlooked a little bit, but I mean, it's still a great accomplishment to me, you know what I'm saying? Because it's hard to get 25,000 points. It really is, you know what I'm saying? You got to be out there. You got to be healthy for the most part, longevity, all that, it's just a lot into that, you know what I'm saying? And it's just one of those rare air type moments. And he's definitely a Hall of Famer. And at this point, I've said it before, along with him and along with Russell Westbrook, the only thing they're missing in their career is a championship. Actually, along with Paul George, they're just missing a championship. If they had a championship, I mean, it really would solidify them even more in a way where it's like, oh, okay, not only they're a Hall of Famer, but I mean, they're a first ballot Hall of Famer, no doubt about it. It's no waiting. It's they just get in as soon as, their name is called. It's not oh, well, you'll make it on the next one. No, first ballot Hall of Famer. They're already that anyway to me, but I mean, a championship would really solidify that, even more. So definitely, I'm proud of him for that, proud of him for playing, trying to be, what he needs to be for the Clippers and just being the guy they need. It seems like a lot of players seem to play well or flourish under Ty Lue for some reason. And I get frustrated with Ty Lue at times. But I mean, he does have some type of good environment that comes with him because players seem to thrive under his system, or superstar players seem to thrive under his system where they want to play for him and they feel comfortable. So that's definitely good. And hopefully they can keep going and, see how far they could take it.